Hello, Farmer Nation. Backyard Farmer coming to you. I want to talk to you a little bit SHTF, prepper type topic that I'm not seeing anyone else talk about. I did a video like this a couple weeks ago, probably now, and it was on the subject of pest control. And I think that's how it's something like, or every prepper should have, or every prepper should think about, or something like that. And it's something, I don't see people talking about that, right? But here's another issue that I'm not seeing folks really talking about. I don't know if we're thinking about it, but we need to be thinking about it because, and that is our children, right? All of us, I would think, have, either children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, something, smaller children. And if we come into an SHTF situation, that means probably we don't have power, we're not going to have internet, right? And what are these kids, right? Nowadays, they're watching, cartoons sun up, sundown, or they've got tablets and they play little games on them, or they have like the Nintendos and PlayStations and Xboxes and that kind of stuff, and they're playing games on that, right? Long ago were the days when little Johnny went out, and threw a baseball against the side of a building, for hours as enjoyment, right? Those days are gone. So, has anybody else thought about what are we going to do to occupy their time in an SHTF situation? Well, I didn't even think about this. My wife, who is the way more thoughtful of the two of us, she came up with this stuff, and she brought this idea to me, and I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. I cannot believe I didn't think of that. And then I got thinking, how many other folks are not thinking about this and preparing for this too, right? Prepping is not just, let me throw some beans in a Mylar bag and let me, freeze dry this, or, dehydrate that, right? Prepping is also, right, preparing to keep your life as normal as you possibly can. So, thanks to my wife, I've got some great ideas. And, you know what? It's a pretty day. Let's get out of this garage, go to the front porch, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are again on my front porch, looking at some stuff, right? Got all this stuff at the Dollar Tree. Board game of Sorry. Board games are good. They make you think a little bit. They're fun for the whole family. And they eat time up, right? And what are we going to have in an SHTF situation? Kids are going to have lots of time on their hands without the tablets and the video games. So this is a good one. Puzzle book, or puzzles. Same thing. Eats up a lot of time. Kids can do it. Adults do it together. Good family building and bonding experience with those. 2 decks of playing cards. Probably not the world's greatest playing cards, but 2 packs for $1.25. I'll take it. You can learn some card tricks maybe. You can play lots of different games, from kids games all the way up to adult type games, poker and what have you. jumbo word finds, right? Again, this is a good time killer. Color by number. So we got some coloring books here. Color by number. Kids make pretty pictures. Hey, even adults can do this, right? You remember the color by number, you know, number one is, everything with a number one is red, and everything with a number three is blue, and whatever. Gotta have the colored pencils. Now, why did I do colored pencils instead of crayons? Well, for those of you that have children, you know, they'll eat crayons, break crayons, you know, lose crayons. Colored pencils are a little more durable, last a little longer, and remember, we're not going to have all this stuff. We're not going to have stores you're going to just run to and get this stuff, right? So we want to have as much as we can. And last but not least, pack of hard candy. Okay. Now, is this particular, and obviously, I do not suggest that we give babies and little toddlers, you know, big things of hard candy. I'm not saying that or advocating that at all, because it could be a choking hazard. But what I'm saying is, chocolate, you can store chocolate for some time, but you know, it's very heat sensitive, and it doesn't do as well. These guys, they're individually wrapped. You can even you know, vacuum seal these to make them last longer. You can put them in your freezer while you have, you know, the freezer capacity to do so. And you know what, for everybody, piece of candy is a good morale booster. I know when I was in the military and we'd eat the MREs, always had a piece of candy in them. And you know, that was one of our favorite things, was getting that little piece of candy. Really helped. So there you have it. All from the dollar store. All this stuff, you know, I don't know, about $10. Not dollar store, Dollar Tree. So there you go. This is the answer for when there's no electricity, no internet, no games. What can you do to fill everybody's pastime? So hope this sparks some ideas for you. If you haven't thought about this, maybe, you know, not a bad idea to pick a few of these things up. Like I said, prepping isn't just about putting cans of corn on a shelf. It's also about having life, being able to continue life in SHTF situations as normal as you were used to. So, you know, this just makes your prep just a little more well-rounded, thinking about things like this. So, until next time, stay safe, stay smart, like, subscribe, and share. Backyard Farmer, signing off.